You can learn to appreciate me when it all remains the same. That you ain't never gonna change, never gonna change, never gonna change. My baby, oh baby, and my heart can't take no more. No more. See my days are cold without you like you.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is the Grace Gorgeous channel. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell fun, join my channel. There'll be more videos coming. And yes, we about to do this Instagram reel vlog and tie up my pants, and y'all basically gonna see the other side, like gonna be right here, of the actual video what I'm talking about. So we're gonna stay tuned for the video, and y'all don't wanna miss it because more coming your way. Anyway, basically we see a girl that's crying, and she walking in the room, and she see this basket right there. See the basket, and she see this special needs student, and he basically asked her to go to prom with him. Okay, so she just walking, giving him a hug. She said, "Thank you. I know I like this. Flowers, candles, everything." And that basket, cards, some candy. She just happy. And you see like the teachers that's recording in the background and stuff. So, she looked very happy in this, which she does. She looked appreciated. He did something thoughtful and stuff. And you're going to see the basket. It looks very nice, very put together and stuff. So he did his thing. He did his thing for this. And then you see she returned him a favor during lunch with a card. The friend holding the card, she got a teddy bear and some other stuff and some flowers, another teddy bear. And he just eating, had drool coming down, and he was like, oh my God, he looked very sharp. He grabbed the pen and wrote it on the postcard. And he looked very happy. Like, I guess he didn't know she was gonna return a favor to him and stuff. So he was very pleased with this. He was very pleased of this video and very happy. Especially if one that could put a smile on each other's faces, actually try for prom and stuff. Actually, they senior prom, and she basically bought him a card, and he actually signed that and stuff like that. But he looks very happy. That's like the most joyous thing you can ever do, to make someone happy and feel joy and stuff. So, that's the one thing. As long as they feel happy, excited, that both of them asked each other for prom, he still had a good day for prom, So at least they going to prom together. That's what matters. But to me, from my opinion, before I talk about it, I do the same thing with a steak, even with a chicken. When I eat chicken, sometimes I do use my hands to eat chicken, even with a steak, because it's soft. You're gonna eat it with a steak, it's soft. But I get that some guys is used to females with a knife and a fork and cutting a steak, eating it, I get it, y'all most of those fancy stuff of eating a steak in the public and stuff like that. But if you have a girl that use her hands to eat the steak, money for me, you could just set that. And it's like, for me, I always carry money on the side. Always carry money on the side, even though you don't have the money paid for me. But at least carry money to the side. If you don't got it, you don't got it. But, I get it. But then he told her he was going to the bathroom. How you tell me you going to the bathroom and then you dissed them? And then it's like, she don't got no money to come out. The way how he was eating. So you go and buy her pussy and eating? And it's like, come on. I bet you don't eat no type of way. That is right here. Man ditched his date after saying she was eating like an animal. He gets grab you online as broke as classy. So, but and plus she's a beautiful girl, which she is, and she got beautiful nails, and she could have like tough face, and her hands and stuff, but she's eating, and there's only y'all two, and it looked like nobody was in the restaurant. It was just them. It says a man receipts went viral after a dinner date and awkward when he excused himself to go to the bathroom and never came back. He later said he felt uncomfortable during the date and described her behavior in a way that quickly triggered Dominic online. The situation goes bigger when he stared their private messages. Shows that she's confront him and asks him to send money for the meal. The divided public opinion with the same person saying he handled the situation badly by leaving out explanation, while others felt he was not obligated to stay if he was uncomfortable. At the same time, many also cited her for asking for payment after a while, and the incident ended up sparked a wild argument about dating and experience. He was in the wrong because you told you was going to a bathroom, then you dipped. I believe he had a hint of what the bill was going to be. Okay, because it does look like you took her somewhere fancy and you probably didn't have the money to pay for, or you did. Either or, you should have owed her some type of explanation for that. Or like I said, girl, you should have had some money on you. Okay, just because he did, he's had some money on you. Okay, because I know that was me, I would have had some money on me. Girl said, hey, are you okay? You've been gone for the table like 15 minutes. I left. You should too. Left? What you mean you left? You haven't even paid and you said you was going to the restaurant. I paid for my food and drink. Dude, what the F? I hope this is some silly joke. The joke is you, a woman that's also almost 36, picking up a steak and biting it like you're a starving animal. You're embarrassing and classy, and I hate it. I ever hope in your DMs use nothing like you appear to be on the gram. So yes, as I was saying, everybody eats different. You can't judge nobody the way how they eat. Okay, so with this person, I guess he was used to a girl that was eating fancy, like using a fork, a knife, and take her time eating. It's like, come on, who gonna really eat like that? Who gonna be classy and eat like that? Because I know that's not me. And it's some days you can have your classy side and days that you don't. But when you meet females, some females is not classy, y'all. Okay, so I put myself in because these days I'm not even classy when I'm going to restaurants. With that, you can't judge people. And I did see the comments of people judging her, and it's like you shouldn't judge her because y'all might have a wife who do the same thing, who don't not gonna pick up a fork and a knife to eat a steak or eat a chicken. So come on, if y'all have a wife, y'all wouldn't even care how she would eat, or if it's y'all first date, or if y'all been together for so long, you should know how your wife or woman eats end of the day. Okay? If you don't know it, then you need to get to know that. How she eats and how she's comfortable of eating. Okay? Cause girl, I feel you on that because I use my hands to eat a steak. Okay? So there's nothing wrong with that. So it says, guy, which it doesn't say it, but I have to use because it's YouTube. Do you a favor by allowing you to take me on this date, cause I thought you was classy. Ain't no way you're playing in my face like this. A real man would have showed me how to properly eat the steak. As I was saying, you could have shown her how to eat the steak as classy, but you cannot blame her for that. Okay, like I said, you can't blame her for that because you don't know how she grew up. Okay, some females do grow up different where they using their hands, they using a fork. You don't know how females grow up, okay? Because you can't judge nobody how they eat, how they do certain things, because this how you was classy, she might not be classy. So if you want a classy, you could just teach it like good, or just tap her good, wipe your face, like it's here, wipe your face, wipe your hands. I'm gonna show you how to, cut a steak. You get a knife or fork. You show her how to cut a steak. If you a real man, you could have shown her how to just cut a steak instead of just leave her there. But in my mind, he didn't have enough money. He knew how much that steak was, and plus, it does look like he took her to a fancy restaurant, which he knew he had the money for. So I don't think it was her eating crazy. I just think he had money for that steak. If you was broke, I can't afford me, you should have told me on the date. I don't have the money for this food. You need to cash at me. Shorty, you got your meal. You just gotta pay for it. But bless, big broke rabbit teeth. Good. For his meal, which he probably just had a salad. Okay, because it doesn't really show what he had, but I'm pretty sure he had a salad or anything that was less on his money record. Money record on his bill. So it depends. Like I said, it do depends where your first date is, which it does. If you got the money for a special date, at least take them somewhere else. Okay. So I get why she feel like that. And like I said, she felt like he had the money for her, and it's like, if you ain't have it, then you don't have it. But don't say all of this just to get yourself out of something that you know you didn't have. Okay, so that's how I feel like. Okay, so I think he was wrong for that, because like I said, everybody is different when especially comes with females, which we does. Like I said, it's some that would use a fork and a knife, and some that would just eat our hands. Like, we eat our hands, like it's normal for us. But it's some that would use a spoon to eat. So it's different ways how we can eat when it comes to fancy stuff, not fancy stuff, how to eat. But it shouldn't matter, because I feel like you should know your woman and know yourself. Like, okay, I know how my woman eats. Let me just tell her, babe, I know you used to use your hands, but we going to a fancy place. Can you just use a fork and knife? Or if you don't know how that is, I can show you. Point blank, simple. It's easy. But don't embarrass nobody because you don't have the money or you don't have what you need to pay for both of y'all. Okay? Especially you told her you was going to pay for her on the first date. How much that bill was, then you should have told her, girl, we getting out of here because I don't got the money for it. We're going to have to dip. Okay. Going on to the next one. So with this one right here is basically another one that's just like, when do y'all learn? Okay, what do y'all? They first date, woman tried to find a guy to pay for her car repair. A guy catch on and leave her. So we understand cars break down. We can't control that. But not on no first date. Like, I get it, cars will break down and stuff like that, yes. But do you know how much a car costs to fix that crap? It costs a lot, okay? But not on no first date, because, nah. I could see if y'all know each other for a long time, then he would fix your car because y'all in a relationship. But if y'all first date, no, girl, you doing that wrong. I'm sorry. You in the wrong, he's in the right, because it's your first date, okay? He shouldn't be paying for your car, okay? You should be paying for your car. But I wouldn't go to a repair place on the first date, because he gonna feel out his mind like, oh, she gonna be paying for this. I'm not paying for this on first date. Yes, like, that don't make no sense, but let's see how this goes. So he basically left out the car. He's like, no, wait, where you going? So he basically called on, like I said, called on, was like, I'm gonna go, I don't know what time it is. Like, yeah, cause you bring him to a pyramid, they think he's gonna pay for something he's not gonna pay for, because it's your first date and stuff. Like, come on, like.
for that, bro. And I'm not
He ain't
hanging
gonna
up the
pay for
picture
now. I
now,
can
bro.
see you telling
I don't
him
know what
like
type of time.
I can see you telling this guy, listen, I'm going through a payment because my car is acting up. Don't worry, you don't gotta pay for it. It's coming out my pocket. Wait. Now if you driving all the way to the payment and you not telling him nothing, that's gonna be a setup right there because in his mind he think you're gonna pay for it. At least you should have been the adult and let him know, listen, I know it's our first date. Let me just get this repair done. I'm sorry, but this car acting up. Point blank. Or to change all that, you could have took an Uber. Both of y'all could have met at some restaurant, but it's saying, you mind taking a going to this place, and I meet you in the Uber because my car's not starting. Point blank, right there. But it shouldn't have to be, oh, we stopped at this repairman. I'm not gonna say nothing because I know he got it. Not on the first date. Girl, you look crazy doing this. Y'all need to think. I think y'all need more knowledge of thinking because this doesn't sound right at all. Y'all need to have more knowledge of what y'all are doing. Because y'all doing everything all wrong. Especially what y'all doing. Y'all need to get it together. It shouldn't have to be all this. But like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to offend, check out my channel. There'll be more videos coming with the Grace Gorgeous. And if y'all want more videos with the Instagram reels, put it down in the description and I'll be glad to check them out. And I'll be glad to talk about it, tell y'all my opinions and tell you what I think about it. And there'll be more videos coming. Mwah. Love y'all. Bye.